We learn from the early chapters of Leviticus that the purpose of the tabernacle was in offering sacrifices. And the other theme of that book, and of Numbers and Deuteronomy which follow, is that it's so important to obey God's commands. In fact, by the time we get to Deuteronomy chapter 28, Moses outlines very clearly to the people that if they do obey God's commands, then the blessing of God will fall on the nation, but if they don't, they'll put themselves under God's curse, with all sorts of frightful consequences. By the time we get to the New Testament, it becomes clear that Jesus has become the final ultimate sacrifice and replaced all these sacrifices. John the Baptist said, "Behold the Lamb of God, who takes away the sin of the world." And Paul described Jesus as an atonement of sacrifice. That is, by his sacrifice he was an atonement, he brought us back to God. It's all made very plain in the book of Hebrews. Notice the expense involved in offering sacrifices, that if you're going to offer a bull or a goat or even a heifer or anything like that, that would dent your family finances. And this reminds us of a later occasion when King David was in trouble with the Lord and needed to buy a threshing floor on the outskirts of Jerusalem to offer a sacrifice to prevent the plague from spreading. The owner said, "Oh, just take it for free." But David said, "No, I will not offer burnt sacrifices to the Lord which have cost me nothing." So it's a costly matter. It's also very important that we approach God on his terms, not on ours. Two of Aaron's sons, who offered incense in the way which had not been commanded, lost their lives as a result. So all this about worship and sacrifice is a serious matter.